Hello there, everybody. King Dragon 131 here. Oh yeah, the infamous boy. We got a couple quests here. Well, actually no, we only got really one quest besides, I gotta remember the journal buttons, J. We got in Vvardenfell here, Divine Inquiries. We already completed all the other ones. We got the Fighters Guild entrance and part of the main quest over there, which we won't do until we're done with Vvardenfell. Or we won't start to do until we're done with Vvardenfell. Mainly because I like Vvardenfell, it's cool. So let's enter into the Shulk ore mine. I know we had to talk to this guy at one point.
Be careful in there. I'd hate to see you turned into...
I don't remember what happened. It was on my way to do that quest that took place way over here, I think. Whatever. Let's enter the mine. Ooh, scary. I'm drinking some Dr. Pepper because it tastes good. Alright, so do I have my creature summoned? Yep. Let's actually go back to my weapon staff. I'm only going to use that staff if I become low on life for whatever reason, or if I'm taking a lot of damage from the enemy. This is my main battle staff. Raid exile instructions. I need you to infiltrate the mine outside Balmora and recover an item of great importance to our venerated cause and to the elevation of Ashlanders everywhere. Currently, this item resides in the possession of a narcotic cult who plan to conduct a ritual in the mine to grant the item the ability to channel unfathomable power. Let the cultists begin the process. But acquire the item before they complete the ritual. The item lies in one of the deep chambers of the mine, most likely heavily guarded. Sneak in and steal the item. It has the appearance of a staff made of metal and gears. It is necessary to advance to the next stage of our cherished cause. Get the staff and bring it to me, and you will be one step closer to ending your exile and returning to the fold. Whoa. Wow, man. Let's go this way. There's a Scarlet Judge in front of me. That's pretty cool. What's going on here?
You don't look like one of those crazy cultists, and you certainly aren't one of our miners. So by Vivek's holy nose hairs, who in oblivion are you?
Lord Vivek sent me to see what the cultists are up to.
Really? Then forget I said anything about his holiness' nasal preening. They're some sort of Daedric cultists. They've been performing rituals, calling forth divine power, some such nonsense. At least they were, before the Ashlanders showed up.
Ashlanders?
The savages barged into the deep chambers, seemed to know about the hidden passage and everything, stole the relic the cultists were praying over, and ran for the hills. As a matter of fact, that's where I'm going, as soon as it's safe to leave.
I see. What's over here? Looking pretty cool over here. Yeah, nothing's really useful. Guess we gotta enter the deep ore mine or whatever here. It's interesting because we have to like move some barrels or boulders. It's kind of weird. Whatever. Retrieve ritual items. The sack of cult ritual components includes a small ornate rod covered in runes, a Dwemer crystal, and the burnt remains of a ritual scroll. Okay. Huh. So we just gotta leave. That was pretty easy to collect whatever I needed here. So wait, did I finish investigating Balmora? Is that it? Is that part of this? Huh. Oh, that's how you lockpick. I'm just joking, I already knew how to. Alright, here's the guy.
Did you find what you were looking for in the mine?
Not sure. I'll need to consult with my contact.
Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer and see if any of my miners were able to escape from the cultists. Good luck with your mission, whatever it is.
Cool. Now I must go to Old Run. Just along the road, alright. Time to go adventuring. Yeah, you gotta make sure that green bar is full, otherwise you won't be able to sprint. But if they're, or not full, but has some, and if it does have some, you'll be able to sprint endlessly. It'll still drain, which means you can't, if you stop sprinting, you can't start again right away. Just kind of weird how that works, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I kind of want to search that camp. I'm gonna do that. Ooh, I'm also gonna search these runes. Might have something good in them, like a square one. It does, Jajora. Oh, they're bad guys. Alright, good stuff. Nothing really special here, it seems. That means I killed people for no reason. For nothing. Oh, well, I'm okay with it, though. Alright. Okay, so the path is right here. Let's continue down it. Old Run.
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them.
That stuff looks pretty cool.
You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly.
What's up, Saren?
Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is.
I'm looking into something for Lord Vivek.
Lord Vivek, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond their borders. Well, perhaps we can aid each other this day, Outlander.
What kind of help do you need?
Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Aldrin is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother.
How is everyone able to know that I'm an Outlander? Like, seriously. How do they know? I'm a fucking Dark Elf. Like, seriously. Even the Dark Elves think I'm an Outlander. It's based off my looks, I guess. I mean, I'm a fucking Dark Elf. Who's your brother, bitch?
My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. He hopes to convince the tribes to follow his lead.
So what do you need me to do?
Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, They won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation.
Your brother rules over the Ashlander tribes?
No, just our tribe, the Urshilaku, though he's respected by most of the other Ashlanders for his wisdom and strength of will. He does hope to unite the tribes in a common cause, however. That's one of the reasons we've gathered here at Aldrin.
Tell me more about Chodala.
My brother and I have always worked to help our people, and improve the Ashlander way of life. He used to believe that peaceful negotiation was the best path to accomplish this. Recently, however, things have become different. He's almost like...
Like what?
No, that's not something I'm ready to talk about with an outsider. Perhaps after you prove your trustworthiness and willingness to help us, then we can discuss my brother in more detail. Perhaps.
You said Chodala wants to unite the tribes. Are you planning to go to war?
That's not our goal, but the tribes will defend themselves if necessary. No, we hope to present a united front and show the houses the folly of the path they've embarked upon. Turning away from our forefathers and god ancestors has made them weak.
Tell me more about the Red Exiles.
The Red Exiles? They're violent, dangerous Ashlanders who were banished from their tribes and joined together to create their own clan. Chodala invited them to the gathering and went into the camp to talk, but he's been gone too long. I'm worried.
You think I'll have to fight my way through the camp?
As you saw, hostility is second nature to the Red Exiles. We're here to negotiate, but they're no better than thieves and murderers. If they spot you in their camp, you'll need to defend yourself. It's unfortunate, but they'll leave you no choice.
Cool. There's a way shrine there. I'll definitely go check that out real quick, just so I have access to it. Aldrin Way Shrine. Yay! Yay! Cool. Alright, so... Whoa. Looks really hot out down there. So are they gonna try and kill me, or are there people here to kill me? I would hope not. Cloudy damage, health poison number 2. I'll take all this shit so I can deconstruct it eventually. So I can deconstruct it. Appears this place is like abandoned. I see no Ashlanders. Like what the H? Ooh. I'll yoink the shit out of that. Don't mind me. Hell yeah, I will. It's empty, but I'll fill it. Don't you worry. And there's even more. Couple more. Hell yeah. Common basket tall. Ooh. Read that. Meeting with Chodala. Notes on the meeting with Chodala. Naravarine and wielder of Sunan Ra, compiled by scribe Dakin. Kund Un greeted Ashkan Chodala as Gulakan. Yus, Zashan, and Nibapur and Firebreather looked on. Chodala displayed no fear and showed Kadund a level of respect rarely given to the tribal outcasts. We had lent him the use of a small warband of Red Exiles, but now he was here to negotiate a more permanent arrangement. Chodala began the meeting by explaining his plans for tribal unification, stressing that there was a place for the Red Exiles in his unified vision. Kund Und demanded to know why the Red Exiles should even consider returning to the tribes that banished them. Chodala appeared thoughtful before he replied, "Because you are Ashlanders, and our blood calls one to another. and Chodala demonstrated the power of the staff our warband helped him acquire. He called the staff Suna Ra. Suna Ra grants me the strength of a god, Chodala said, striking a stone with the tip of his staff so the stone cracked like a shell of an egg. Kundun ordered his champion Gulakan Yestrin to put the blasphemous Ashkan in his place, but no matter how many times her sword lashed out, it never once touched or pierced Chodala's flesh. What kind of creature are you? Kundun demanded. I am the Nerevarine, Chodala proclaimed, and Kundun, Galactic, Yushten, and Nibapur prostrated themselves before him. Red exiles shall be my enforcers, and Yushashin shall be my champion, Chodala declared. Prepare yourselves for my return. I have much work for you to do. Where are you going, Nerevarine? Kundun asked. I need time to meditate upon our next course of action, Chodala said. Then I have a meeting with the wise woman, Devrozi, to ratify my claim as the Nerevarine. Chodala departed, and Gulakan Yushavin went with him, thus ending the meeting. Bunch of coins. Can't go wrong with those. Oh, now there's people there. Darn, I had to get a piece of that. That's unfortunate. But oh well. He's trying to kill my, my thing. Oh, he's a bad guy. That would explain it. I thought it was another player right there. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Alright, she's hiding for whatever reason.
You seem to have survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp. Did you find my brother?
No, but I found this record of his meeting with the Red Exiles leader.
Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. Oh no. I can't believe my brother would be so brazen.
He called himself the Nerevarine. Do you know what that means?
It means that Chodala really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising ambitions, I fear what he plans for the tribes. I suppose you have a right to know what I'm talking about. Take this. I found it among my brother's possessions.
Another scroll. Did Chodala write this?
Chodala discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's the Nerevarine, and incites the tribes, while I try to keep them all from doing anything rash.
What's the Nerevarine?
You don't know? I thought... No, you're not an Ashlander, and the House Elves rarely talk about such things. Long ago, there was a hero named Nerevar. He fought alongside the Tribunal, before they claimed to be gods, until they betrayed him.
The Tribunal betrayed Nerevar?
So our legends say. Nerevar united the Kaima, and forged an alliance with the Dwemer. He died at the Battle of Red Mountain. We believe the Tribunal hastened his demise, despite Vivek's claims to the contrary.
But where does the Nerevarine fit into all that?
The Nerevarine is a promise and a prophecy. We believe that, through the power of Azura, Nerevar will return to unite all Dunmer, House and Ashlander alike, and make Morrowind great again. The returned Nerevar will be known as the Nerevarine.
That was a Donald Trump reference. You don't believe Chodala's claim?
While the prophecy of the Nerevarine can be interpreted as the end of the Tribunal, I have always seen it as a prediction of hope and peace. Chodala and some Ashlanders, such as the Red Exiles, favor war. That's not the Nerevarine I believe in.
You think Chodala wants a war?
He uses an Ashkon's words to plant dark ideas in his followers. Ideas that speak of false gods, lost traditions, and the need for a cleansing war. His words become more forceful every day, but I hope to dissuade him from this violent course.
Tell me about Chodala's new power.
All I know is that his new power frightens me. Chodala returned from a sojourn in the wilderness more vibrant, more commanding. He's always been strong, but now he's fearless, practically invincible, and swifter than the fastest Ashlander scout.
What do you think is the source of Chodala's new power?
Chodala says his new abilities strengthen his claim as the Nerevarine. I think it's the staff he carries. He had it when he returned, and now it's always at his side. I know it's unreasonable, but I hate that stuff. He calls it Sunara.
Alright, I return to the Archcannon's office. Way back there, okay.
Outlander, over here!
Whoa.
This requires a considerable amount of effort, so just listen. We have a problem here. Return to my office immediately.
Okay then. That's pretty crazy. Okay. We're at the Way Shrine now. Let's turn to Vivek City.
At last. Did you see what's happening outside? Red Mountain rumbles louder and more frequently. The sky grows dark, and worst of all, the people are beginning to notice. Soon I'll have to muster the Ordinators to keep them from the palace doors.
Is that the emergency? The people want to see Lord Vivek?
In part. Lord Vivek is not well. I won't allow his followers to see him in this state. He continues to lose energy, and it's becoming difficult for him to maintain the realm in his usual fashion. Now, what did your investigations uncover?
I investigated the 3 locations. Here's what I learned.
I'll review these documents and present your findings to Lord Vivek. I was against bringing you into this investigation, but I was wrong. Thank you for aiding us.
That's right, bitch.
You should go see Lord Vivek now. He's been asking about you. I'll be along shortly.
You're going to just read the notes? I thought we could discuss what I learned.
Very well. Tell me what you learned at each of the locations, and let's see what conclusions we can come to.
Balrazar told me about Sothis experiments with divine energy. He gave me his notes.
Barrelzar faithfully served Sothis. He's as loyal to the Tribunal as I am. He would never intentionally harm Lord Vivek. But that tool he mentioned... Perhaps one of the priests Vivek sent away could search the temple archives for more information.
Vivek sent away all his priests?
Lord Vivek doesn't want his followers to see him in such a weakened state. Only you, Canon Levuel, and myself are permitted into his palace now. Speaking of the palace, Lord Vivek wants to see you when we're done here.
Ashlander named Chodola has been inciting the tribes.
So your notes say, and this Saren assisted you. Interesting. Most Ashlanders want nothing to do with the Tribunal. Even so, they rarely become aggressive. I'd say this Chodola bears watching. If we can spare it, I'll send an armiger to Aldrin.
Chodela's newfound power might have something to do with Vivek's problem.
Interesting theory. Perhaps Chodela's staff can steal Vivek's energy. I have a hard time imagining how an Ashlander could accomplish such a feat. Lord Vivek said the draining has grown more intense since you left. It doesn't look well.
Cultists took over the mine outside Bolmura.
From what you discovered, I dare say there may be a correlation between the narcotic relic and the tool Barrelzal mentioned. And it seems the Ashlander thieves are connected to Chodola. Your evidence points to a clear conclusion.
Chodola is using Sunara to steal Vivek's divine energy.
So it appears. Lord Vivek's doing his best not to complain, but I can see how much the draining of his energy has cost him. Just seeing you again should improve his mood considerably. And the progress you made with your investigations, outstanding.
Alright, we want that moonlit to crash. I most certainly do, that's for damn sure. That would be cool. Where is it? Right there? Amazing. Okay, anyway. Let's go talk to Vivek. Oh, yeah.
I demand you make way and let me see Lord Vivek.
Lord Vivek isn't receiving visitors today.
Okay, has his hand like on the weapon. interesting. As I just walk in, he's probably like, but he's a fucking visitor.
My lord, please let me send for aid. Perhaps one of the healers can help you.
Pain is best tolerated in private, as I have written in the 37th ballad.
There must be something I can do.
You can call the Archcanon. He should hear the news our friend brings us.
What's up, Vec?
The river drains into the sea, as my divinity flows out of me. Need some work. As you can see, I continue to lose energy, and it has made me somewhat agitated. Have you made any progress toward discovering the source of my discomfort?
I think that an Ashlander named Chodala might be responsible for your condition.
An Ashlander? That seems unlikely, but I trust your instincts.
Ooh.
We need to find out more about this Chodala and
Heavy
the
armor.
ancient enemy that aids him. Take this. Another token of my appreciation. And look, here comes the Archcanon now.
My lord, the Outlander may have actually discovered something.
Whoa. Oh.
After further examination of the documents you brought back, I have to agree with your assessment. The Ashlander Chodala has somehow siphoned divine energy away from Lord Vivek.
So you know how to restore Lord Vivek's power?
Not exactly. But now that we know that the affliction isn't natural, we can work toward a solution. One that probably involves Chodala's staff. How the Ashlander got his hands on Sothasil's tool and turned it into a weapon is beyond me, though.
You want me to acquire the staff called Sunara?
Eventually. But we need to be cautious. If Chodala is as respected as you say, attacking him would start a war we can't afford to partake in. Go to Aldrin and talk to his sister, Saren. I don't trust her either, but she worked with you before.
I'll go talk to Saren.
Get to Aldrin and locate Saren. She needs to tell us more about Chodala and then help us acquire his staff. Without it, we can't restore Vivek. Meanwhile, I need to placate the populace. The people grow concerned over Vivek's continuing isolation.
What's happened to Vivek again? Or what's happening to him again?
Didn't we cover this? Let me refresh your memory. Lord Vivek suffers stoically as his divine energy drains away. Neither my administrations nor his defenses have been sufficient to plug the hole. So we've isolated him to keep panic to a minimum.
This is gonna be funny.
If we knew for certain, we wouldn't be sending you to make a deal with a heretical Ashlander, now would we? Chodala must have something to do with Vivek's energy loss, but the how and why remain a mystery. That's why I must examine that staff.
Why do you think the staff is important?
Everything you uncovered suggests the staff and Sothasil's missing tool are one and the same, and it's obviously connected to Chodala's newfound powers. Bring it back here so I can study it. The solution resides in the staff. I'm sure of it.
Why do you think the people are going to panic?
Experience, Outlander. Experience. I have seen the Dunmer rage against the gods at the least provocation. When they realize that Vivek is ill, that his powers are failing, they'll weep and gnash their teeth like frightened children.
You really expect that strong reaction just because Vivek's ill?
The people don't handle the infirmities of their deities very well. Especially when those infirmities could foreshadow Red Mountain's eruption or portend the moonlets fall from the sky. Once such fear ignites, it spreads like wildfire.
What does the Tribunal think of the Ashlanders?
They try not to think about them at all. The Ashlanders are savages. They refuse to acknowledge the supremacy of Lord Vivek and the Tribunal, instead putting their faith in the despicable Daedra. They're heretics, pure and simple.
Do you really think this could lead to an all-out war with the Ashlanders?
The Ashlanders hold to superstitions the way Quama protect their eggs. If they really consider Chodala to be the Nerevarin, then any action you take against him will enrage the tribes. Talk to Saren and see if she can suggest an alternative course.
Alright. Well, in the next episode, we will learn more about this problem that's going on. I mean, Vivek's about to die over here. If he dies, it'd be a maze. But anyway, see you guys in the next episode.